Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Pilosa and we're going to do a story time today. So before I get started with my story time, just a few updates. Just want to throw out there that I am on Patreon, so if you're interested in more additional content, if you're interested in seeing things like exclusive photos and videos and updates, please follow me on Patreon. You won't regret it. And I'm also on Twitch. This look that you see today, I actually did live on Twitch from start to finish, and a few of you joined me, and I really appreciate those of you who are following me here on YouTube and on Twitch, and those specifically who are part of that live stream, because it was my first time, with you all doing a look from start to finish. And it was a little nerve-wracking because I was like, oh no, what if I make a mistake? But I mean, I think I did a good job on today's look, and it was really fun getting to chat with you all and really getting to know you, and I really want to do it more. So if you want to see more videos of me doing some behind the scenes, doing my makeup, follow me on Twitch. That's www.twitch.tv/YoyaFabulosa. I actually want to call out a few individuals who actually joined me for the duration of my live stream today. And so I want to say thank you to Jewel, Alize, Broken Ceiling Fan, Gabrielle, who joined a little last minute, but glad you got in there when you did, Maya, as well as Scottish, and am I forgetting anyone? Boken, thank you for joining me. There was a few of you there who joined me, and I really appreciate it. And I mean, if Gabrielle can join me all the way in France at 2 a.m., what's your excuse? Follow me on Twitch, seriously. We'll get the party rolling. Honestly, if more people follow me on Twitch, I'll make even more live content and have some great ideas. Like I want to do burlesque.
Halfway from home, I picked up my phone.
I'm thinking of doing live performances, comedy stand-ups, skits, game playthroughs. Like, there's so much I plan on doing on Twitch, so please follow me, because the more people that follow me, again, there's more content that I'll be able to create, and it's gonna be fun, so don't miss out. Okay, so for today's video, I just want to give you a bit of an update on what's been going on with me. So earlier this month, I went to the beach, and I remember it was like the first Saturday of August, and I felt good because I had my swimsuit on underneath my clothes, and I was like gonna go to the beach. I felt good. I felt like it was gonna be a good summer day. And it was. I actually enjoyed the day overall. But on the way to the beach, my roommate texted me telling me that his brother, the leaseholder, is breaking the lease. Very last minute, just decided that, gonna break the lease. And I was informed that I have 30 days to vacate my apartment. And it's just like, what is it with New York City and just like these weird living situations that I'm in? It's because I'm subletting, and it's just kind of the normal arrangement. I feel like a good portion of New Yorkers are subletting, and a lot of them are subletting illegally. And, oh, did I say that weird? Illegally? Illegally. They're subletting illegally, and I'm one of those people. And I find myself in these weird situations, like, same thing happened last year with that crazy lady that was living in the apartment who just stormed in whenever she felt like it, and now I'm like 30 days to plan to leave. So I was just so stressed out in the beginning of the month figuring out where I was gonna go. Like, can I move? Do I have enough time to move? Since I'm working remotely, I should be able to. I want to save some money, so leaving New York City seems like a good idea, but all my things are here, and I'm creating content. I just started Twitch. Like, I want to do more YouTube videos. I want to get into fashion and do some fashion photo shoots. I mean, I'm already into fashion, but like, I wanted to really dive in more, So it's just been a very stressful couple of weeks, and finally came to the decision that I think I want to stay in New York City and stay in this place. And so I decided to kind of take over the lease and see if I can, sign and have everything transferred over to me. But then I have to find roommates, and so it's like I'm in the process of looking for roommates now. I found one person that is open to signing with me, and so hopefully things go through with us. But then I still have to find another roommate, so it's just like there's just so many pieces, and it's a jangled up mess. But I'm confident that I'll be staying in New York City, and possibly even paying less than I was before, because it turns out that I was being overcharged, which is just, the story of New York City. You're just illegally subletting, and you're being overcharged because you're at the mercy of the tenant who's on the lease, but the super or the landlord or property manager building has no idea what's happening, and so it's like you really don't have any rights, and it's a mess. But funny story, well, not so funny. Turns out the last 4 or 5 months I've been paying rent during the lockdown that was happening in New York City with quarantine and everything, and I found out that the roommate that I have, his brother who's on the lease, has been taking my money but not paying the rent. So it's like I've been paying rent, but they haven't. Because one day the super knocked on the door and was like, "Hey, like, you can't break the lease unless, that past due balance is paid." And I was like, "What do you mean past due? I've been paying my rent." And the super was like, "Oh, you know, the other people in the apartment haven't been paying the rent. Like, we haven't received anything." So I was like, "That's crazy. So where has my money been going?" So just a lot of drama happening in New York City, and I'm over it, honestly. But this guy that I'm living with now, he's moving out. I'm looking forward to living with females because I haven't lived with girls in a while. And, like, I think it'd be fun. Maybe we can, like, share scrunchies. Who knows? It's just been so long since I've lived with other girls. So I'm actually looking forward to it. But I still have to find one other roommate, and I have, like, a week to go to put in my application, find a roommate, pay everything I need to pay, have the internet switched to my name, the heat switched into my name, all these different things that need to happen. It's just... being an adult is not easy, but, what can we do? There's no manual out there, but we do our best. I feel like this is the right decision. I feel like staying in New York City makes the most sense. Everything I have is here. I continue making content. I have friends and other people who are artists that are willing to collaborate with me, and I don't want to start over brand new somewhere else with, COVID in mind and the pandemic. And honestly, New York City is doing really well right now. So I feel like staying here is the right decision. It's just been really stressful. But, another thing, I actually opened up a POBOX and I got like a 6-month contract, and it was like, I can't leave. I just got opened up a POBOX and I spent good money for that. So that was also an incentive for me to stay. But all that for me to plug in that I do have a POBOX. So if you're interested in sending me letters or gifts or trinkets or anything, check the comment section down below and the description box. I'll be including both my Patreon, Twitch, I said both, but all three, and my P.O. box. So if you're interested in sending me, letters that I can read, I would love that. I actually would love to get letters and gifts from you all and open them up and do unboxing videos and read your letters and answer your questions. And so that's something I'm really interested in doing. So please, please, please send me some gifts, send me some letters. I think that would be so much fun, and it would really, it'd make my day. It really would. So I'm just gonna plug that in there that I have a P.O. box. I don't even know where to begin. So let me start off with, I met up with a friend, and we got drinks and got dinner. We were just chatting, talking about relationships, talking about work a bit, talking about all these different things. And it was a good time. And I actually had another friend who wanted to meet up that same night. And so after me and my friend had dinner, my first friend, we parted ways, and I went out to meet up with my second friend for just like a late night drink. Things are closing here in New York City around 10:30 to 11, so I knew I wasn't going to be out long because last call I believe is at 10:30, or maybe even 9:50. It's just things close so early now. I think it might even be 9:50. But I wanted to meet up with another friend as well because it seemed like they had a lot going on based on their text messages. So I went out to see this friend, and on my way to see this friend, I saw the guy I've been dating prior to COVID. So just rewind a bit. I was dating this guy around Thanksgiving to, I would say, the beginning of the outbreak, the pandemic and shutdown, lockdown. We were dating for about 4 months, and it was good. It was great. But there wasn't too much communication happening. I think we were both unclear of what we wanted. I felt like I was ready for a relationship. I think I'm ready for a relationship. And I want a relationship with this individual. I think that he's someone I can see myself with. He's just really sweet, very funny, very charming. He's got a great job. He's got a great smile. He's in shape. We have a lot of things in common. I mean, just like, he makes me feel good. I guess that's the main thing, is that he makes me feel good. And he's someone that I really was interested in getting to know better and kind of developing a relationship with. And we were dating pretty constantly and regularly, and then when the outbreak happened, shutdown happened, and then just like radio silence. I won't say he ghosted me. He didn't ghost me because we still chatted here and there, but there was no initiative on his end. We would go weeks without talking. And then at one point, around the end of June, beginning of July, we just stopped talking altogether. And so 2 months kind of went by without us just not talking, and I just figured, maybe he wasn't that interested in me. But I saw him. On my way to see one of my friends, I saw him, and he was with his friends. And I looked over at him, but I was wearing my face mask, obviously. I was wearing my face mask and he was wearing his. And I don't think he recognized me. And I wasn't sure if it was him, so I was like staring and I wasn't sure. I was like, is that him? And then my phone rang and it was going off because my friend was like, where are you? Like, you were meeting me. And I was like, oh, I'm sorry, I'm on my way. So I went up to meet up with my friend. I told my friend, I was like, oh my God, the guy that I was dating before COVID, I saw him. Like, what should I do? Should I say hi? And my friend was like, you know, take the shot. Just go out and say hello. So I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. So I took a shot, got liquid courage, and went over and said hello to the guy that I've been dating, or I was dating prior to COVID. And like, he lit up when he saw me. He was very excited. And when he got up, left his group of friends to come talk to me. And the chemistry, it felt like it was still there. It felt like there was something, I don't know, maybe I'm just being hopeful, but it felt like there was still chemistry there. And we talked and we caught up for like 4 or 5 minutes. And then this girl from his friend group just walked over and was like, hi, who are you guys? Like, who's this? And the guy was like, oh, this is Yoya. Like, I was telling you about her. She's like, oh, he would not stop talking about you. He told me all about you. And I was like, oh, really? Like, and she was being really friendly. Not once did I ever question the fact that she interrupted our conversation. But looking back at it, it's a little weird that she did that. And let me give you some more details. We were talking, all three of us, and I'm just a friendly person, so I'm just getting to know both of them, or rather catching up with him and also getting to know his friend, because obviously I want to make a good impression on his friends. So this girl, like, out of nowhere, she goes like, I remember when you cut me off, but then you re-established contact with me, and now we're good, and we're reconnecting, and we're hanging out. And I'm like, that's interesting, because that kind of happened to me. So I was like, did that really happen to you? Or are you just kind of referencing something that's happening between us that he told you about? It was a weird interaction. Like, at one point, she was kind of like, not too much overtly on top of him, but she was trying to pull him away from me. And I was like, you know, at the time, I didn't really recognize what was happening because I was just so excited to see this guy that I haven't seen in so long. But she was really kind of possessive over him, and she's just a friend. But I don't think he realizes that his friend is really into him. She's very into him, and it's very clear to me. At one point, I noticed, like, the guy that I was talking to, like, he complimented my hair, he gave me a great hug, like, at one point, like, kind of touched my arm, and she saw that, and I think she kind of butted in a little bit, and she was just, like, you know, trying to pull the attention away from me. And it was really weird. The next day, she followed me on Instagram, and I'm like, why did you follow me on Instagram? So it's just almost like she's weirdly keeping tabs on me. I don't know. I typically get along with other girls, but the vibe there was really weird, and I just feel like a couple things. One, never compete for a man. Never, ever compete for a man. And that's something that I just realized earlier today when I was, you know, organizing my things and figuring out what's going into storage, what I'm going to keep, what I'm tossing, because I do want to do a big purge in my apartment. But I was thinking about it, and I was thinking, like, are they together? Because they could be. They could be together, and I don't know. Because he and I fell apart, you know, in the summer, and this girl is single now, so maybe they're dating. I don't know. But all I can think of is, like, if they're not dating, like, I still have a chance maybe. And he and I actually made plans to hang out again, so we're going to hang out in 2 weeks, because he's going to be out of town next week. So I'm, like, really excited to see him, but I'm like, are they dating? Like, it's clear to me that this girl is into the guy that I like. He's completely oblivious to it, but he's never been really clear or explicit on how he feels about me. And so I'm just like, am I going to have to compete with this girl? And I'm like, no, I'm not. I'm not going to compete for a man because I'm a prize. And if he doesn't realize that, it's really his loss. You can't compete with first place. I have so much to do, and I think that, I don't know. Well, I think that's it for today's video. There is more that happened that night, but I think I'm going to save that for a second video. I'm going to save it for another video. So, yeah, I think so much happening in my life right now. But I'm happy, and I'm gonna stay in New York City. I'm gonna continue to create content. I know I've been kind of MIA on YouTube, but I plan on jumping right back in. So don't worry. Anticipate another video before the end of August, maybe 2. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I do have a lot to do though, so I'm a busy girl. But Thank you all so much for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already, and let me know what your thoughts are on relationships and dating during COVID. Like, are you single? Have you been dating? Are you doing the virtual dating? Are you doing Zooms? Just to find out what you're doing and what your thoughts are on what I should do. Should I move on? Should I have hope? I think it's best for me to move on, honestly. Because if he really, really liked me and he really, really, wanted something to grow between us, he would have taken the initiative. I don't understand why there are men out there who are so, I don't know, lapdistical, whimsical, or just, I don't know, oblivious and not having that initiative to ask a girl out and be honest with their feelings. I don't know. It's just a lot. But I'll see you all in my next video, alright? I'm getting a little bit long-winded here because I guess I'm a little flustered because I really do like the guy, but I don't know what to do. Okay, guys. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye-bye.